Yep, it's official. I actually believe after all these years, we will get a DC live action universe that will dethrone the MCU. And it all starts with one project that can quite literally make or break the trajectory of this optimism. Superman will release this July, marking the start of the new DCU led by superhero movie genius James Gunn. I was initially unenthusiastic when I heard we were getting yet another Superman reboot. I've been a huge DC Comics fan since I was very young, and I've always had to fight a very lonely battle in the Marvel versus DC debate ever since the dominance of the MCU. While I can admit that the Marvel movies are far better, the company as a whole will never be better in my eyes. But DC has done me no favors in this debate, producing garbage after garbage over the years in a messy attempt to replicate the MCU. So the thought of a new Superman movie doesn't immediately strike me as a fantastic idea, but that was until I saw the trailers, and boy was I shocked. This movie looks like gold. I mean, the look, the feel, the casting, the effects, the narrative, it's just chef's kiss. Now I'm making this video before the movie actually releases, so there's a chance that this will come back to haunt me in the future. But where it stands right now, I'm thinking James Gunn is actually cooking something up here. This feels like the project was given into the hands of someone who truly understands the character and wants to take their time to get it right. Where I expected slop, I was served prime rib. This couldn't have come at a better time too. Right now, the MCU is in shambles. They've released stinker after stinker for years. It's only just now with the upcoming release of Fantastic Four and Avengers Doomsday that the MCU could make a long-awaited comeback, but that is yet to be confirmed. I'll believe it when I see it. They're gonna have to prove it to me that they have their heads on straight if they want me to put faith back into their upcoming projects. The last MCU movie I watched in theaters was Deadpool and Wolverine, which was actually pretty good. I do think it was the worst of the trilogy though. Now is as good a time as any to sway viewers to the side of DC if Superman becomes a smash hit. Not that it has to be a competition, but it just is. There's honestly a gap in the market for authentic superhero stories at the moment. I believe Superman will hit home and finally give us fans what we've begged for years. The Batman did push us in the right direction, and I expect the sequels to be great as well, but I'm looking for an expansive universe on the big screen. I really want something like the Justice League Unlimited TV show in live action. I love James Gunn's decision to start his new universe with Superman instead of Batman. We've had so many Batman movies over the years, including the Robert Pattinson one just recently, that I feel would have been a poor decision to start with him. Superman is the most popular superhero by most metrics. His powers and basic character traits lend themselves to an exciting yet grounded story. The balance between Superman as a god and Superman as a human has always been fascinating to me, and it seems that this is what the film is trying to touch on. I'm just excited to see how they start to expand the universe in this first movie. Like how Iron Man had Nick Fury at the end teasing the Avengers initiative. I don't want them to do too much though, just keep it at its core a Superman story that has some room for expansion. I've warmed up to the casting and costume for Superman as well. When that first image released months ago, I wasn't sure how I felt. I think I've just been used to Henry Cavill over the years, who visually was a spot-on casting. Seeing a different person put on the outfit took some time to adjust to. While his outfit isn't spot-on classic Superman like I was expecting, it's actually really cool after sitting on it for a bit. I'm pretty optimistic that David Cornsweet is going to be an excellent Superman. Let's talk about the side characters though. Crypto is in a Superman movie. Now this is actually groundbreaking. They killed the CGI for this too. This recent trailer showed Crypto fighting alongside Superman, and it simply made me jump from my seat. Reminds me of that movie Underdog that came out when I was a kid. I need to rewatch that. I remember it being pretty awesome. I love the vibe that these trailers are giving off. It feels much more hopeful and vibrant, which is a stark contrast to the DC movies we've received in recent years. Lois Lane also appears to be a perfect casting. Her and Clark seem to have a really excellent chemistry, which is something they haven't quite nailed in my opinion, even in the older renditions. Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner are also present, but it's unclear what their role is going to be. I especially love this brief clip we got of Green Lantern's powers in action. Visually, I think they look 10 out of 10, but I know some people have had issues with it. I don't really understand that though. I'm not too knowledgeable on Guy Gardner, admittedly. I grew up with Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan mostly, but it's still great to see a Lantern on the big screen again. I'm hoping they can figure it out this time around. I will admit the casting for Lex Luthor has still not sat quite right with me. I think he's a good actor, but he just doesn't fit the character for me as of right now. I really hope he changes my mind though. I do think from the brief moments we've seen of him on trailers, he seems to have a cool part in the movie. I haven't quite pieced together what exactly he's up to though, so I suppose I'll save any criticism until I've seen the movie. I think the feeling I'm getting from these trailers that makes me so excited is that it feels truly like they put a comic book onto the big screen. The majority of DC's live action movies over the years being broody and desaturated, it's so refreshing to see this tone feel magical and exciting. It's kind of like the difference between the first two Chris Columbus directed Harry Potter movies and the final movies directed by David Yates. The first were vibrant and enchanting, and the later had a more darker, cooler tone. James Gunn is Chris Columbus and Zack Snyder is David Yates in this scenario. And I'm talking about tone and visuals, by the way, not their actual quality of directing. I have the utmost trust in James Gunn to deliver to fans what we've wanted for years. Everybody loves Guardians of the Galaxy. It's without a doubt one of the best MCU movies and superhero movies in general. It's also incredibly unique compared to the other projects in the universe. James Gunn clearly knows what he's doing in this department. I'm betting the house that this movie will be as incredible as I'm hyping it up in my mind to be. I need everyone tonight to include in their prayers that the DCU will succeed and be as popular as the MCU. The world deserves this. I deserve this. These characters deserve this. I need you all to show up to the theaters if this movie pops off. We need to show our support. This is a call to action. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the upcoming Superman movie and the DCU as a whole. Do you have as much faith as me, or are you still skeptical? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more.